I can confidently say that I've visited more countries across the world than the average person my age has. So much so, in fact, that I've lost count. I don't even think my parents can name them all. You see, almost all of the traveling I've done in the past has been with my parents. They've always valued exposing me to as many different cultures as possible when I was very young. They saw every second of my childhood free time as an opportunity to visit a foreign country and learn about how differently people from around the world live in comparison to our way of life. To teach me to be grateful of what I have, but to also be appreciative of the vast differences in culture and diversity around the world. Whenever we did travel, aside from the copious amounts of pictures and videos my mom would take, my parents would also always visit souvenir shops to buy something to bring back home, to serve as a tangible piece of evidence that we did indeed visit that country, see that city, or experience their rich culture. I quickly adopted this habit as well, and started up a souvenir collection of my own when I was old enough to be trusted with spending my own pocket money. While my mom would specifically collect magnets, I, the more impulsive type, would collect anything that struck my eye. Keychains, coins, tickets, brochures, pens, pencil cases, pins, postcards, and so on. I started quickly amassing a collection of various items for my travels. My mom's magnet collection was well organized, kept in a box, or displayed on a magnet board. But because I was, and still am, quite a disorganized person, I never figured out where to keep my collections and how I'd go about organizing and displaying them. As a result, I would attach keychains to my various travel bags, have my pins displayed on a piece of sponge I ripped apart in my dorm room, find coins scattered about in random pockets and containers, tickets jammed into my personal journal, books, and drawers. It's quite a chaotic and scattered collection, but a collection nonetheless. It also serves as a nice surprise whenever I'm cleaning my room or trying to organize my workspace. I was digging around my various drawers and containers one spring and came across an old beat-up ruler I bought when visiting my grandma in Beijing, China at the National Center of the Performing Arts. I remember using that ruler in school when I lived in Shanghai, China for a few years until I came to America and realized that all of the measurements I needed to make were in inches, which rendered the poor ruler obsolete. I'll also occasionally find something like a plane ticket buried at the bottom of my drawer, along with some museum brochures from a trip to Europe in the distant past. I'll look at it, maybe show it to my parents, and reminisce together about that trip. Hey, remember that time when we got lost for an hour in Scotland, dragging our luggages up and down the cobblestone roads because we couldn't read the map? And to think a few years later, I would be leading the way because I learned how to read maps. Good times. I always enjoy reliving our memories from our various trips. Because my memory of past events can be very spotty, I find collecting souvenirs as a way to help me fill in the gaps of my memory and help me relive those unique experiences again. It serves as a memory token for me to connect back to my past or a topic of conversation with my parents. It reminds me not to take my experiences for granted, but instead to look back on fondly and marvel at how it has helped me expand my worldview and grow as a person. My collection remembers all of the places I've been and all of the diverse cultures I've experienced. It reminds me of the new survival skills that I learned from each of my trips and how they have helped me mature and grow into the person I am today. It serves as a tangible yet jumbled timeline of my rich memories and experiences. So, in the future, if I do ever manage to find the time and a way to efficiently organize my collection and show it to my friends and family, and one of them comes up to me and asks, "Why do you collect?" I'd turn to them, look them in the eye, and look back at my massive collection of random souvenirs from around the world, and reply, "I collect to remember."